I'm Jay Skinner, and this is the Buyers and Sellers Show. Give everybody a chance to get on board. Get on a train. We're going to talk marketing. 2, 3, 4. Get on board now. We're getting on the train. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Welcome to the Buyers and Sellers Show. I'm Jay Skinner. Get on board. Everybody get on board. Oh, yeah. And we're live. I'm Jay Skinner, and I want to welcome you right now to the Buyers and Sellers Show. This is something we do every Friday morning at 10:35, and man, is this show packed right now. And one of the things I want to do, we talk about getting on board, onto the train, and I got a message from one of my best friends and mentors. Take a look at this.
This is Charlotte, North Carolina, the 5th fastest growing city in the country. I wonder if you're growing fast enough. I wonder if you're making things happen for you fast enough that satisfies you and gratifies you. Or are you missing the train? Huh? Are you on the train or are you watching the train go by? That's the question. In Charlotte, North Carolina, I'm going to be giving a 3-day event that will change your life. And it won't just give you a ticket on the train, you'll be the frickin' conductor. Be here.
Oh, yeah. Be here. And when it comes to what's going on in Charlotte, this is a life-changing event. And you know and recognize that guy as Jeffrey Gitomer, the king of sales. So I'll be there. I think it'll be great. So go to Seegitamercom to find out more and sign up. It's going to be awesome. Get up, get out, get on the road, get on the train. Here we go. Today you came because you saw the topic was about what is marketing. And one of the things is we got a lot of stuff to get through here. So I'm going to just take off. Hopefully I'm not talking too fast, but this is an area that I've spent a lot of time in to help other businesses and other companies do well. And hopefully this can be helpful to you. So what the deal is marketing is defined in Webster's as the act or process of selling or purchasing in a market, like she did most of her marketing in local stores. Or number B, the process or technique of promoting, selling, and distributing a product or service, like new automobiles are the subject of intense marketing. And this is my favorite. It's an aggregate of functions involved in moving goods from producer to consumer. For instance, and they'll talk about the company will increase its budget for marketing as an example. And then this is the last Webster's thing. And I like Webster's dictionary, and it's a foundation for what we do and know. And if you just happen to get in a little bit late, don't hesitate once we're over to just go back to the replay and catch the first couple minutes, because you'll be so glad you did. But some of the synonyms for sell, the word sell, or like sales, is deal, market, merchandise, put up, retail, vend. So what I'm saying here, sales and marketing, both the people and the processes must be together, like compadres. It's the customer experience that's from finding the customer experience, from finding them finding you, to order fulfillment, and what all things need to be happening, and the control of those things, the examination of those things as a company, and putting it so that your customers ultimately are absolutely delighted. And that's the idea of marketing. It's so much bigger than so many people think about sometimes. I know that sometimes it's even separated, and oh my gosh, I don't even want to think about separating sales from marketing. And that's one of the big things that I think is very important, is that we make sure that we don't separate sales from marketing in our emphasis and in our business. Let's see. Oh, hey, Sharon, good morning. And today is day 880 for Sharon Skinner Hoffmeister. Sharon Hoffmeister is my niece, and she has gone 800 as of today, 880 consecutive days. That includes weekends and holidays and everything, live broadcast for her business. And congratulations, Sharon. Keep it up. This is great. Love it. So we talked about it being the customer experience. That's what marketing is about. And isn't sales about the same way? Yeah, I think so. Can customers and potential customers reach you? So marketing stretches into your phone system. Do you have live person answering the phone, some sort of a way that people can dial in and get you? And does it work well? Or is it a system that doesn't work well and there's lots of dropped calls? I mean, a lot of times when you're thinking about a marketing project, you don't think, well, I got to look into the telephone system, but it's key. If you somehow attract through other marketing people to call on the telephone and then they can't get through, or whoever answers doesn't know what to do, or it doesn't answer at all, and it's an invitation to leave a message, oh my gosh, who loves that? Does your does your email work right? Is it being checked real time through the day? Really? I was like, literally have seen situations where people are walking around the office and say, well, I haven't checked my email today. It's like, what? Right now, people are used to some pretty instant gratification, and they can get it from a lot of people when it comes to response and responsiveness. And you need to make sure that if they send you an email or they communicate with you sometime, it needs to be handled and covered right now. Social media happening, all forms, Facebook, LinkedIn, what else? Twitter, YouTube, TikTok. I'm the plasticpalletguy.com on TikTok. I'm the CEO extender.com. I'm whatever. I love doing those 1 minute or 2 minute TikToks, the short ones, and doing a little production and putting a message out there. And then I take it and it creates a copy on my phone, and then I can send it out to LinkedIn and Facebook and everything else. And I mean, if you don't realize it and you're watching, maybe you have already seen them. It's a good way to connect with people and bring a smile to their face. People can use smiles today, can't they? But are you posting regularly? Are you checking messages and responding regularly? Believe me, it reflects on you as a business. I mean, just think about it. If you can't answer your email, answer your phone, respond in a prompt way, how are you going to be trusted to take an order and fulfill it in a responsible way too? I mean, that's the way people think. So is your internet fast enough to handle it all in your office or however it's done? Like think about these VoIP calls now that's so popular. It's where you're answering the phone, it's all going through your computer. That stands for voice over internet protocol, voice over IP. At home, slow connections. I mean, so many people still working from home. It's great. I love it. Some people will never go back to the office again, and they found out it works just great. Well, that's good. But if I'm talking to you on the phone, it sounds like hello, hello, yeah, every other word because they've got too slow of a connection, or it's like, man, that does not work. Or they got too slow of a computer or something. So make sure it's quality. Do you remember when they used to advertise telephone calls on TV that said so clear you can hear a pin drop? Well, that's out the window. But still, we need to be able to hear one another and not have all that garble and other things and cutouts and dropped calls that happen so much now because people have inadequate internet either in their office or at home. So it's not okay to gripe about it and not fix it. It's not, in case you were wondering the answer to that question. Trade shows live. It's time to get up, get out, get going. It's time to do it. It is time to do it. And if you haven't been to a trade show yet in the last 3 or 4 or 5 months, then get a booth, go out there. People are back on the road. People are touching one another. And I will tell you what, the prospects that you engage, whether you're visiting the trade show to meet vendors or be part of the association, the prospects and the people that you will meet at the trade shows today. And I've been meeting in the last, how long have I been doing these trade shows? I think I went to my first big one in August, maybe last year. I mean, I was one of the early adopters, okay? Down in Orlando, it was awesome. And I will tell you, the people that are showing up to the trade shows early and finally getting out, or showing up to like this sales mastery festival we're going to have in Charlotte this month, these people are motivated. They're excited. They're enthusiastic. And that's the kind of people you want anyway. It goes for both the vendors and the buyers. So go to the trade shows and learn how to really work the show. And I'll just tell you, if you go back to my playlist and YouTube or any of the other things, you find past things, you'll find a couple shows that go into how to work trade shows today and how to get the most out of it, whether you're a buyer or a seller. This is the Buyers and Sellers Show. So I want you to do that. Here's another one, sales process. Tell me about that. Look at that. I'm a popular guy here. How about that? I like that. Make sure I don't miss something here. Of course not. Sales process, all types of prospects. Do you have one in place? Do you understand when a certain type of prospect for a certain type of product that you do, that there's a step-by-step procedure that you're going to go through there in order to accomplish what you need to accomplish with them. And they have the sense that you know what you're doing. Seriously. There's a book called The Challenger Sale. And I've always been somewhat of a challenger. Okay. But it's a good book, and it's taking people that are trying to figure out how to approach things and deal with the customer conversation. And the 3 big traits there are teach, tailor, and take control. Teach people, give value, tailor your presentation, your proposal to the exact situation that you're in, and then take control of the customer conversation. And I'm not talking about being an idiot. I'm talking about if you're talking to a customer, they expect you to know what you're talking about and can kind of guide the conversation where it needs to go in order for them to get what they're there to get. I mean, imagine if you went to your doctor and he walked in, you're sitting up there in your gown on that table waiting for whatever, and he looks at you and says, what are you here for? Well, what do you suggest I do? Have any ideas? I don't really, there's a half a dozen ways to approach this. I want you to stand up. Don't do that. He comes in, he says, do this, do that. Here's where you go. And you feel confident. And then when he makes his recommendations, you still feel confident because he obviously knows what he's doing. And he asks you appropriate questions and doesn't waste your time or his. Make sure you got a process down. Oh, did I mention that's still marketing? That's marketing and sales. It's all together. You can't separate it. What ads and types of paid print or online promotions work or don't? Do you know? Is sales part of the process of determining what you're going to advertise, what you're going to do? Feedback in the field. What customers saying when you do that? How'd you find out about us? Are you getting that information? And are you working with it? Don't just waste your money. Now, Google guys aren't going to love me, but I way prefer organic search results to pay-per-click ads. However, certain companies in certain situations, pay-per-click is awesome and you love it and you spend tens of thousands, maybe hundreds of thousands of dollars to get millions and millions of dollars worth of business, and it's wonderful for you. But there's a lot of other people that are paying a lot for pay-per-click, getting nothing. And you need to know where that is, how that works. So maybe you need to be working on building your organic search results and working on your message and your sale. Oh, that's all marketing and sales. Here's another one. By the way, I'm interested in comments. This doesn't need to be one way. I'm kind of looking over to comments that if someone has a question or wants to give me an amen, feel free. I'm happy to hear it. Or if you have something specific to one of these topics here, I'm just trying to make this a real fast lesson in sales and marketing and what is marketing so that you understand it's not narrow. It's extremely wide and there's like no boundaries because that's what business is all about, is marketing. I talked to a guy the other day. Well, I'm not in sales. I do this or that. I'm just like, wait. I said, frontline. I'm the customer. You're talking to me. I said, mister, you're in sales. You are in sales. If you don't think you are, it's like, then start thinking you are. It's like, because you are in sales. You're on the front line. You're talking to a potential customer right now. It's like, man, everybody in the company needs to understand they're in sales and marketing. Now, as part of that too is, what does your duck look like? Now, if you were hunting ducks, I'm looking back to see if I have my duck, and you guys have probably seen my duck over the years. It's up there on top of my bookcase, and I bring it down sometimes. But if you were hunting ducks, you better know what a duck looks like. It's got a bill, it's got special colors, and it's got these feet that look like that. And very specifically, I want to just make sure I don't shoot a chicken or an eagle or something. Well, do you know what your ducks look like? Can the whole organization identify and have that conversation? Say, look, if one of my ducks walks by, I know what it looks like. What is that template for what a good customer really is? And there we go. Doug Wing, great show. So excited to launch Giant Success tomorrow on Amazon. Oh my gosh, Doug, this is awesome. We all know Doug Wing. He's been on the show several times and he's, started his book, and his book is now complete. And tomorrow on Amazon, you can search it and find Giant Success is the book about his dad's life and the founding and the business and all the aspects of his methodology in building the Little Giant Ladder Company. And you've had Doug on. Go back to some past shows and see it. Doug, I know there's an easy link for people to see. Would you mind posting that link too, so I can make sure everybody sees that? That'd be awesome. Great. Thank you, Doug. I'm so glad. I'm so proud to have you here. So what does your duck look like? Does the whole organization know that? Are your staff members being trained regularly? Is there continuous self-improvement? Got news for you. That's sales and marketing. That is sales and marketing. There we go. So everyone go to giantsuccess.com, and that's a good place to go to buy that book too. Giantsuccess.com. That'd be great. We're all going to get on board there, Doug. We're so proud to know you, and we're so proud of what you're doing here. And we want to learn everything we can about how your dad built this awesome business that you were part of too, and how remember, the theme has always pretty much been with Doug is you want to love people and use money, not the other way around. And that's the way they operated and still operate today. Thank you, Doug. This is great. So we're talking about those ducks. Then what? Then what? What about your online presence? This is marketing and sales, internet shows. Are you able to give value before you get value? And I wrote Gitomer in there because Jeffrey Gitomer teaches that idea all the time. And we talk about it regularly. And that's a very, very valuable thing is that it's not time to shut up like this and be tight and don't give your stuff away. I'm telling you what, give it away. If you get done, after I get done with this show here and you go back to it somewhere along the line, you will say, oh my gosh, this is awesome. And you can study it. You can look at these headlines and you'll learn something about marketing. If you got any questions, you can always call me and I'll be there for you as well. Let's see, here we go. It looks like I may have some more comments here. Let's double check and see. Good. I'm good. I think I'm covered. Okay, good. What I don't want to miss anybody for sure. How about this? Website. Is it fluff or can people actually use it? Okay, so your website, if it's fluffy and beautiful, and it's like a piece of art and interesting in so many ways, but a customer can't get on it and figure out where to go to find what it is that you are supposedly offering, then I think it's like not so valuable. And if they call into the telephone, on the telephone, you want to be able to guide people directly to the area that they're interested in by saying, well, Mr. Customer, if you put your mouse over this, go down, click on that and get on this page, boom, there it is. And they go, oh, I see it now. Thank you. Make it simple and easy to use. Let's see if I have any more comments here. There we go. Let's see. Doug, thank you for that. And there we go. Just want to make sure I don't miss anybody. Excellent. And I will say, if you do some comments and they never showed up, please let me know because I'm going to always want to work through any technical glitches that might happen and troubleshoot it for the next time. But just think about your website. Is your website really usable? Maybe it's happened to you, but you get on a website and it just doesn't work. I mean, you press the buttons and it moves, but I can't find anything. You've probably said that before. Organize it in a way that people can get to it. It's like my favorite way of organizing a website is welcome. And then here's what industry are you in and what products for that industry do we sell? And then the next thing is detailed information about those products. Bing, bing, bing. And then along with that, a section that has pictures and videos of those products in action in your particular industry. So if you have 3 or 4 different target markets, when I talk about markets, I mean industries, then go to those and work it out in your website so people can find it and make sense to them, depending upon what industry they're in. After you make the sale, do you have a process to stay in touch and keep up with the process and the customer? It's all marketing and sales. I mean, once you've got them in, made a sale, things have happened. What are you going to do now? How does that work? There we go. Hi, Lana. Good morning. Thanks for coming. Glad you're here. Do you have that process? It's all marketing and sales. So what I'm encouraging you to do is don't bifurcate the two. If you got the sales department down here on the other end of the hall is marketing and never the two shall meet, which has happened in so many companies, and they try to keep them separate. It's like, stop it. Bring everybody together. If we're doing a trade show and marketing's gonna do the booth, then get sales in there and let's make sure everybody's talking about what they need to see and what the ducks look like when they're walking by and what they need to see in order to do that trade show. got to work together. And if there's any arguments, work them out. I mean, I don't know how many times I've been in a company where marketing's griping about the sales guys, and the sales guys are griping about all this stuff from marketing that is irrelevant. And the sales guys are upsetting the marketing people. It's like, what? So that brings us to this one right here, a word I've used many times, Smarketing. Do you know about Smarketing? Now that is a term, best I can tell through some study here, that was coined back in 2007 by some people that were really, really smart guys with a company called HubSpot, which you know now is HubSpot CRM, a big, I think, digital marketing sales enablement company. And these two guys, Dan Tyre and Mike Volpe, went to alignment with their sales and marketing groups within the company and within their entire organization, and brought everything together. And so they moved from traditional sales and marketing to a combination of a combined mission, vision, and results oriented group. And I got to turn that off. There we go. Got someone call me from Africa. Can you believe it? A friend. That's great. I love it. I mean, I got friends everywhere. I'm thankful for that too. So Smarketing is the word for putting sales and marketing together and looking and understanding. Now, I didn't even mention IT, but IT sometimes gets handed the CRM project. And it's like the marketing people and the sales guys don't get as involved as they should be. And the IT guy is supposed to somehow manage this whole thing that's developed and designed to help promote the marketing and sales of the company. You just can't be and stay in your lane anymore and be effective. If you think you can, hey, great, go ahead, keep thinking. But I'll tell you, the people that are getting out of their lanes, that the walls are coming down, that folks are not getting slapped around for getting involved in other people's areas, that there's a 360-degree vision, that your real winners in your organization not only have the thing that they're charged with doing, but if they see problems on left and right or behind or up or down, that they can feel free to mention those problems and help be part of the solution, not just gripe. And everybody works together. Everybody can talk to everybody. What do you call that? Chain of command? Well, I like a basic chain of command so everybody has an idea of who they generally report to. But I want to bust it up when it comes to everyday work. I want to be able to walk into the CEO's office just as well as I can walk into my boss's office. I want to be able to move around the office and communicate with one another on projects that we're doing. So it's kind of like chain of command light. But let's don't get silly about it to the point where it's hurting us, our communication, and frustrating really talented people. Let's look at comments here. And it's like, there, Charles Coachman, hello, glad you're here. See what we got here. Your website is a piece of something. Well, I'll be darned. Well, I hope that gets fixed. You understand that what the website, and thanks for bringing that up. Good to see you, Charles. But one of the important things about those websites is that it has to be done within the context of the things that are happening before the website, during the website, and after the website, based upon the overall goals of the organization and the people that are getting on the website and how it's used. I recommend you always make your website so that, one, people can find it and get on it and find something and ultimately figure out how to get in touch with you to ask more questions. People still buy from people. It's people to people. And then number two is when you're on the phone with someone, you want to be able to say, here, go to my website, put your mouse over this, click on that. There you go. And the third thing is that I don't know if I mentioned it earlier, but when you get to a page you like, you can just click that link, put it in an email and send it to them. So later they can click it and refer to it anytime. And it goes right to that information page that's pertinent to what they're doing. And that's how you put those websites together like that. I know that's a good way to do it. Well, everyone, if that hasn't been about the fastest 30 minutes you've ever done, I don't know what is. What I can recommend is that go to the replays here and take a look and see what you think. And let's see, I got another comment here. Oh, there's Sharon saying hi to Doug and Lana and Charles. Good. Everybody's shouting out. Good. Anyway, I want to encourage everybody to go back over this, look at the notes if you like to, but this has been good. We got a lot of people here from all over the world, and let's go out there and do some serious marketing. Even better, think Smarketing. I'm Jay Skinner. This is the Buyers and Sellers Show. Thank you for coming. You'll find me at Skinner.com, thejayskinner.com. You get all the information there if you want to get in touch with me. I'm always anxious to talk, and let's have a good time. See you in Charlotte. Get on the train. See you next week. Thanks for coming. Bye now.